I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm just being a drama queen and I think I might die. Hi, I'm Lizzie and this is Lizzie Reads and I have problems. Welcome to my December reading plans video. I'm going to adjust you slightly so I can get a bit more comfortable. Do you want to see how many problems I have? Oh, fuck. Genuinely. Many problems. That was a fucking workout, just lifting those. Hopefully there's a thumbnail in there somewhere. So, I'm here today to talk to you about what I want to read for my December reading plans. Now, I'm not doing TBRs at the moment. I just am not vibing with the full idea of like, these are this amount of books I want to read. The TBR game didn't work for me. I'm cutting the TBR game. I did it twice, like 3 times. Cutting it, it's gone. Well, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm just being a drama queen. I'm here today to talk to you about the books that I have put on my list in my journal for my December TBR and give an idea of what I want to read. Now, there's a lot on this list and this isn't even like the full scope of it. This is like me until Christmas. Me between Christmas and New Year is like a whole different beast. That's a whole different person. I don't know what that bitch is doing, but she's going to be fucking reading because she's got some things to do. So looking, if you watched yesterday's video, I did a whole list of Christmas romances I want to read and there was like 20, 30, 20, there was at least one a day on that list. And yeah, I've got a whole other TBR of books that I am going to try and read and I best get a fucking move on. This intro is, I'm just drained. I'm just so drained. I'm already drained. It's only the 2nd of December. First of all, let me actually tell you about all the books I'm going to try and read this month. She says, oh, I'm not going to set a TBR. What's all this? What is all this? This is part 2. This is the second part of my TBR. I'm going insane. I'm literally going insane. So, first of all, I want to finish Lumberjanes. So, at the start of the month, I was at Lumberjanes volume 15 and there's 19 volumes. So, I wanted to just read the 5 volumes. I have read a couple, but yeah, this isn't a wrap up. Basically, I want to finish the Lumberjanes series because that's on my end of series TBR list. And I've just realised I forgot one of the books. There's a book missing. There's a book missing off this stack. One more. So I want to finish Lumberjanes, and Lumberjanes is a graphic novel middle grade series about a load of girls that go to like a scout style camp, but everything's very magical, a bit crazy, and time passes in a very different way. It's very fun, very interesting, and I just want to finish the series so that I'm not carrying it over into next year. Next on my list, one of the higher of my priorities, that is a priority on my physical TBR, and that is, I've got the Wheel of Time, the Eye of the World here because my great hunt is upstairs. I've got all these books out and I really can't be bothered to go upstairs and get my great hunt, but that is book 2 in The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, The Great Hunt. And that is actually 100 pages shorter than this one, so result. And The Wheel of Time is being turned into an Amazon Prime TV show. It's already out, but I was hoping to read the second one before watching the series, because I know that as soon as I read it, I'll be like, I want to watch that. I really want to watch that straight away. And the plan is, and the series is like a high epic fantasy series with dragons and like a medieval style setting, but it's about these 4 teenagers or young adults, one of them, three guys and one girl who are sort of on the run, and they have to leave their hometown basically because the wheel weaves and the pattern turns, or the wheel turns and the pattern weaves, or whatever. It's all about fate, and yeah, I'm really can't do too much more, but there isn't that much more to tell you because it's quite a slow going series. Next we have, not in order, these aren't in order, this is so annoying. Oh, Law of Olympus, Volume 1 by Rachel Smythe. This is a graphic novel, which is a Hades and Persephone retelling. And I've really just been sucked in by the hype and the cover. So I don't actually know much about it, other than the Hades and Persephone graphic novel, really popular online, beautiful, looks absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I bought this with some birthday money, and I'm definitely going to read it this month, because it's going to be quite an easy read because it is just stunning. Next we've got the other two other of the books that I bought in my recent book haul with my birthday money. We have Explorers at Pirate Island by Alex Bell, which is the follow-on series to the Polar Bear Explorers Club by Alex Bell, which that story follows Stella Starfake Pearl, and she wants to be a polar bear explorer, but she can't because she is a girl. And it is the loveliest middle grade. It's one of my favourite middle grades of all time, one of my favourite books of all time. I love it so much. And this book is about Ursula Jellyfin, and it's the second in the series. So there's a little bit, it's got something different. It's got some repeat characters, but it is a story on its own, and it's really fun. And it does have illustrations, which I haven't looked at, but I'll show you one from the beginning. Let's have a look here. Really beautiful illustrations, and they are by Tomislav Tomic, I think. I always pronounce their name like that, but I don't actually know how their name is pronounced. I should look it up. And then I have The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, which is the Raylo fanfic, which has been published, obviously with names changed. It's not published fanfic. It's about a fake relationship between two scientists, and one of them is a professor and one of them is a PhD student. And I'm not really into the new Star Wars stuff. Love the old Star Wars nostalgia from my childhood, but not really watched the new Star Wars stuff, so I don't really know how that's going to compare. But I had been seeing this for a while, and then I saw Becca Fowl on Twitter. She tweeted a picture of her crying after reading this because she just loved it so much. Not even because it's sad, because she loved it so much. And instantly I was like, yeah, I've got to have that. So I bought it, and I'm going to read it this month, and I'm really excited. I hope I just really enjoy it, because I don't normally buy these sorts of romances physically, so I hope it's a good one. We also have A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig, which is an audiobook on Audible Plus, and the reason I want to read this is because it's Christmas themed, and I liked one book I read by Matt Haig. Don't know what it's about, it's just Christmas themed, but it's a children's book, I believe. Have It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, which I don't really know much about Colleen Hoover's books. I think they tend to teeter on the romance / thriller side of things. I'm really not sure about what her genre is. I know she's got some romance, maybe she's a thriller writer, I'm not actually sure, but apparently this book is completely different to anything else she's ever written. Chloe Reed's books really liked it, and it's says here, sometimes the one who loves you the most loves you is the one who hurts you the most, and it's about a young girl, woman called Lily, who meets someone and seems perfect, and everything is not as expected. So I don't know if it's hugely romance. I've never read any Colleen Hoover before, and I'll be honest, I kind of picked this up on a whim at the train station, and then I was going to read it on the way home, and then I didn't, and now I'm like, I bought this and I'm kind of losing interest. The reason I want to read this is because if I'm not going to like it, or I'm going to want a soft DNF it or something, I want to do so by the end of the year. I don't want to be carrying this over into the new year when I'm really not sure if I'm going to like it. So that's like my reasoning for putting it on this TBR. So I might just really like set like a goal pages and see if I'm going to enjoy it at all. Next we have the hugely ambitious part of my TBR. So if you have watched my series I want to finish before the end of the year video, you will know that I had a lot of series on there, and if well, I haven't done a wrap up yet, so you don't know that I haven't actually been reading many of those series, or like my end of the year series TBR. I'm actually a little bit behind, and I put the whole of the Liveship Traders trilogy on there, and Tawny Man. I thought I was going to be Ship of Magic this month and Tawny Man like last month, as in like November, and then Tawny Man in December, but that hasn't happened. So I've got Liveship Traders here, and I'm thinking like, could I read them all in 1 week? That's not going to be possible, is it? I'm really busy as well. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, because I am really, really busy. But the Realm of the Elderlings, which is this trilogy is in, is an epic fantasy world written by Robin Hobb, and the first series follows Fitz, who is the bastard son of the king in waiting, and he is he becomes the assassin's apprentice basically, and it's very complex, very political, very character driven, very slow moving, and I found the best way to read them is binge them. So I thought I was going to binge these ones, because the next series is the Liveship Traders, and in the Liveship Traders series, it's about these ships that are alive and families, and there's lots of hate to love characters or love to hate. I don't really know much else apart from the vibes, and these books are getting heavy, so I'm going to put them down. But that's on my TBR for this month, and I think I might die if I have to read them all. Honestly, I think I will. Not because they're so fucking heavy, I'm going to break my back. To finish the Noughts and Crosses series, and I only read the first one this year, and I reread it this year, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. However, I thought I was going to be able to finish the series this year, but I have just not picked the series up again. I've really not been reading sort of this sort of dystopian fiction as much. So I best tell you what it's about. Races and roles are essentially reversed, and the ruling class and all the upper class is like pretty much entirely black people. And it's set in the UK, and it really talks about colonialism and racism, but it's a YA, and it was like my first kind of it really opened my eyes when I was a teenager to racism, because obviously I had a very surface level understanding, but it started to really open that for me, and I think it made me realise some of my own privilege and things like that, which is obviously an ongoing discussion, and I really, really, really remember like just being obsessed with this series. I can only really remember reading the first two. This is the second one, and yeah, it says here Sephi is across part of the ruling black elite. So that's it's a little bit more. The thing is, it's a little bit more over, but it does highlight the covert way in which racism operates in the system of this country. So it's excellent. They're excellent reads. Mallory Blackman is an excellent writer. I love some of her other stuff as well. Cloud Busting, I really remember really loving. Is one of my favourites, and the one about Nightmares on the Train, I don't know, I need to reread them, but I definitely want to at least read this one this month, so then I am making progress on that, so I'm really hoping to reread that soon, and have my heart broken again and again. Next is another reread I want to complete, and that is The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Now, I love Neil Gaiman, and this is my favourite Neil Gaiman book. This is about a young boy who goes on an adventure at the ocean at the end of the lane. And if anyone doesn't know, there is a road in Portsmouth called the Ocean at the End of the Lane, and at the end of the lane it is the sea. It like leads onto the beach, or like right next to the beach basically. And I love this book. I went to Portsmouth University. I wrote about this book in my dissertation. I did a creative writing degree if anyone's interested, and I might do a book about my dissertation and like books I read for my dissertation, because some of them are my favourite books of all time. And I'm obsessed. I love this book so much. And for my birthday, my boyfriend got me tickets to see The Ocean at the End of the Lane play in London, and we're going to see that. And I want to reread it beforehand, just so I'm really in. I can do my comparisons. I can play. So that didn't happen in the books, which is what I'll say after, not during the theatre. That'd be rude. And now you saw me hold up whole other books, and technically that is a cheat. That's a cheat because I'm not actually reading all of these books. But I want to read at least, and I mean that, at least 2 books that I read. 2 books that I got in subscription boxes this year, and all my books from subscription boxes, because I only started getting them in September, are here. And then we also have this one here, which I'm not going to show you because this is from a recent one. It's from the Afterlight box. But yeah, they're all along here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm not sure which ones I want to read yet. So I haven't decided. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do a try chapter tag, book box edition. I'm going to read the first chapter from each of them, and then pick 2 for which I am going to carry on reading and read this month. That'll be coming to you sometime next week. But I thought I would say that these are on there. So the video at the beginning was a bit of a cheat. However, you don't know, because I may well end up reading all of those books on my romance TBR. I've got these. I've got Christmas picture books that aren't even in this video because I haven't picked them up from home yet. That's a lot of books. So here I've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books here. I've got like 20 odd romance books. I'm going to be hitting 200 books by the end of the year if I carry on this way. Such a joke. Such a joke. I'm reading too much. I really am. Said by no one ever. But yeah, I'm going to just try and see if I can do my best. There are books that I think if I'm not in the mood for, I won't be reading. And there are some books that aren't on my TBR that I may push to January. But I'm really, really hyped for all of these books at the moment. Except maybe this one. And I really just don't know how I'm going to get it all done. But I'm going to try my best. And there will be vlogs of me absolutely cramming books. So, if you want to see that, then stick around and watch my vlogs. Thank you so much for watching this. I will chat to you soon, and if you are reading any of these tonight, let me know in the comments, and we'll chat about what we're going to think of them. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.